What is your idea of making India better?
They have made things better, not people they haven't made better. As the things get better and better, people become worse and worse.
Why are we concentrating on some incident happened at some nook and corner of a city?
It's only bad that is predominantly, is that would be very concerning. We are going to emulate the West in general. We should also do the audit. How much happier have they become?
Hi, welcome to KC Talks. Today's topic is very unique. We have been hearing Modi ji talking about Vikasit Bharat at the rate of 2047. 100 years of after independence. There are many ideas and he's a revolutionary leader too. He has his plans how he can make India a better place to live. Let us understand from Dr. Sahadev Swami what are all the things that we should keep in considerations and ideas from various different topics on Vikasit Bharat at the rate of 2047. Hare Krishna Swamiji.
Hare
You've heard of
Krishna.
Vikasit Bharat.
Yes, I did.
So, India is going to be a completely full-fledged developed nation by 2047.
Yes, we are praying for that.
Okay.
And we wish our leadership all the best.
Hmm.
And we pray for the best,
Hmm.
And yes, India has been a Vishwa Guru, leading the world, and India should actually regain its rightful position and lead the world actually.
So, as a sadhu, it should be your honor to see India again in the leading position, right?
India, it is said that somebody with eyes and somebody with legs. So India had eyes, India has eyes and crippled for some time, and the West had, our founder gave the example, the lame and the blind,
Okay.
So the blind carries the lame and both using his eyes. So India has been lame, but India, we wish everybody all the best.
Okay. So we have various ideas from an capitalistic point of view, economic development, infrastructural development. So, and we are seeing also in the last 2 decades, India has seen a massive transformation.
Yes.
When it comes to economy has boomed like anything.
Yes.
Highways, the best. And definitely people, Indians have a lot of rich people now. HNIs, HHNIs. So India is no more. I see among my own friends, a lot of people who are in the West are coming back to India now. They find India as a better place to live rather than the West, which was not the case at least, a decade back. So what is your idea of making India better or Vikasit Bharat?
You see, the Vikasit, when we talk of developed nation, if we are idealizing US or Europe, very nice highways, skyscrapers, modern cars, nightclubs and everything, modernity, then I would say we should proceed with little caution.
Okay.
Avoid some pitfalls,
Okay.
It's just that on the expressway, highway, that turning some car has gone into a ditch, you avoid that ditch,
Yes.
So the mistakes they have done, we better avoid that.
Okay.
So if you ask me what are those mistakes they have done,
Yes.
they have made things better, not people they haven't made better.
Why do you say so?
As the things get better and better, people become worse and worse.
They're indirectly proportional.
Yeah, they are indirectly proportional because along with money comes so many vices. Generally speaking, people become desensitized.
Okay.
So that is a that is a symptom of lopsided progress.
Okay.
So West has done that.
Hmm.
People have become worse, things have gotten better.
Hmm.
And we can see to some extent or to large extent happening in India as well.
Okay.
How things have gotten better. But you see, shall I give you some examples?
Yes, 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 Swamiji.
If you have to go to Google,
Hmm.
exact type these words, broad daylight rape in Vizag, and by the pedestrians, they are just nobody is calling up. 11 a.m. on the broad daylight, just on the footpath, the rape is going on.
Hmm.
It's there in Google, in Vizag city.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, when I say people are not becoming better, if you see the rape statistics, every day they are raping and burning alive today. Because once at least we open some, what's happening around. Madhya Pradesh, they raped somebody and then they burnt her, 80% burns.
Swamiji, help me understand, because we had series of podcasts with you on civilizational challenges. Why are we concentrating on some incident happened at some nook and corner of a city? Because bad was everywhere, only the reporting is happening now because of the media spread.
No.
If I ask you a question like this, okay, so shootouts are there in the US, a lot of problems are there, prostitution is at all-time high in Amsterdam, Bangkok. Yeah, things are there. There is always a negativity on a darker side. There are some negative things that happen in the world. But maybe on another side, people are becoming better. People are new temples are
You see,
coming.
good and bad always exist.
Yes.
There is never a time when good did not exist or bad did not.
Uh-huh.
We are talking of proportions.
Okay. So you feel that the bad is increasing.
It's only bad that is predominantly, is that would be very concerning.
Okay.
The collapse of society's institutions.
Uh-huh.
See, earlier the demons, as we see,
Hmm.
the demons lived in different planets, as they say in Satyuga.
Hmm.
Different. Then next yuga they started living on the same planet.
Mm-hmm.
Then they started living in the same house.
Hmm.
Then now actually demons are good and they are living within the same person.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a question of who you are actually trying to bring out.
Hmm.
So the demoniac or the evil qualities will manifest.
Hmm.
So that should be that should concern polity.
Hmm.
That where are we heading?
So moral values of the society should be improved.
Yes, because what happens is, as civilization is held together by its moral fabric.
Mm-hmm.
Once you loosen or weaken that fabric, you destroy that civilization.
Okay.
So this bond, you see, the law and order is actually what keeps a nation going.
Okay.
And once you make things free for all, that's where things will. So the way our political system right now, there are a lot of areas where we can be very concerned.
Okay.
That is the whole point.
So one is moral fabric of the society should be improvised in the Vikasit Bharat. This is one idea.
Vikasit, you see, this is, I tell you, Vikasit Bharat. First of all, I ask you question. Why do you want development? If I have to ask you, why are you wanting development? What is the purpose? Or any activity, what is the purpose of your progress?
Happiness.
Yes, exactly. That you want to become happy. So why you are working, getting up morning and working hard and serving the nation, trying, striving, struggling, is everybody to become happy.
Beautiful point. You nailed it. We got convinced. So Vikasit Bharat basically means
Mm.
anybody wants to get into development, end result should be happiness.
Happiness. So now our point is, if you are going to emulate
Hmm.
Europe and America,
Hmm.
I don't know. You see, we have very capable policy makers today, but I am just expressing my humble opinion
Okay.
that if we are going to emulate
Hmm.
the West in general,
Hmm.
we should also do the audit.
Hmm.
How much happier have they become?
Okay.
Have they become happier?
Hmm.
That should be examined.
Hmm.
So, for example, America
Hmm.
is a land with the highest rate of incarceration,
Mm-hmm.
rate of imprisonment
Hmm.
is way high in America compared to any other country in the world. The rate of public shootouts,
Hmm.
So we should be concerned that, and when you talk of happiness, ultimately,
I have a question here, Swamiji. Like air quality index, is there any measurement criteria or a scale to measure the happiness criteria? And if so, which is the happiest country in the world?
they have happiness index,
Hmm.
and they say something like Finland is very happy, Denmark is very happy.
Okay.
But I would say, I mean, those studies I won't be very convinced also,
Why do you think so?
because how are they studying that? But generally, if you go where the poor countries, they don't have so much stress in terms of if they get 2 meals,
Hmm.
they. But I don't know. I mean, but do they have something called happiness index? They
Where
do
does
have.
India stand today in that happiness index?
Not very high actually, more towards the bottom.
So are you telling me Somalia and Uganda, are these countries happier than Finland
I'm
and
not
Denmark?
sure. We got to check it up, but
No, not from a parameters of what they give.
uh
But you told the poor countries
no,
are.
poor again. If they are struggling for bread and butter, no.
Hmm.
But if they have their basics met,
Hmm.
generally they will have community life. They'll they sit, hang around together, laugh, dance, sing.
Hmm.
Traditionally, if you see the tribal societies, tribal communities, they didn't have very many facilities. They would go hunting, gathering. They didn't have mental asylums.
Hmm.
They didn't have hospitals. They didn't have police stations.
Because they were underdeveloped or non-developed.
So now you have to see which is.
Aborigines don't have police stations and nightclubs, Swamiji. It is only in the civilizational
So
setup
then
you have this.
that's where comes how much civilized are we, where you
No,
cannot
very.
walk after sunset downtown without getting mugged.
No, but India is a better. Now, so Gandhiji, I remember him telling the day woman walks on the street midnight, I think without fear, or I don't know the exact words, but if a woman walks in the street, in India midnight without fear or something like that, then India is. I consider India has got its real independence. But today we are seeing, I see women walking alone actually in India, and very few rape incidences happen. No, but you said a very beautiful point. I don't know about the happy index criteria. All the people that I know of, my friends, extended friends, acquaintances, relatives, everybody is living a stressful life. That is for sure. So if I have some 50 contacts on my phone and I know them personally, I know their lives, they are not living a very stress-free life. That's for sure. So in the Vikasit Bharat, I would request whoever is that policy maker that he should make
You see,
happiness.
what is another problem is in the you see, this model is a car. You come out every year, new models, right? Processor speed is increasing
Yes.
every time. Now we had Max earlier were i9, Now we have 20, 32 cores and whatnot processor.
Hmm.
But this God given processor is same centuries and millennia, right?
No upgradation in this.
Yeah. Now this processor has to keep up with that processor.
Very nice.
That is creating problem.
Hmm.
So accelerator
Hmm.
you need,
Hmm.
but problem is today we don't have brakes.
Hmm.
We don't know where to stop.
Hmm.
How much is enough? If I ask question,
Hmm.
how much is enough? There is no answer.
Nothing is enough.
So there is then without if you have only accelerator in your car,
Hmm.
one day it crashes.
Yes. But I got a beautiful idea. You gave me this. I got it hearing from you. Apple is having a higher version. Mac is having. Technology is good. But our lifespan is decreasing. Our brain is brain is diminishing in qualitatively and quantitatively also. Marriages are breaking. We can't take stress.
Yes.
So we are actually, degrading and technology is upgrading.
Yes, exactly.
Hmm.
So that would be our concern, that if you go on increasing the speed,
Hmm.
you see, some things you can only observe and understand when you slow down.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like, can you eat while running?
No, we can't.
Can you sleep while running?
No.
I came here 1990 in this city.
Hmm.
9 o'clock just outside our center.
Hmm.
It was pitch dark. Today at 4 a.m. I can't cross the street.
Hmm.
That time also people were eating 2 or 4 chapatis. Today not 400.
Hmm.
Average pedestrian speed in the world, they calculate Tokyo, New York, Rio de Janeiro. Pedestrian speed is increasing every 5 years.
Very valid
People
point.
are walking faster because they got to keep up.
Yes. Got it, Swamiji. So now you came to Hyderabad in
1990.
1990. Okay. And you saw, getting dark and completely. No.
9 o'clock, I would say, it was all very quiet, calm, and like it was. Today, I can't cross the street at
So that
midnight.
shows that what was the population of Hyderabad in 90? Maybe
Definitely
20, 30 lakhs?
population has increased.
Yeah.
That is a valid point. No,
Why am I asking this is for a reason that urbanization is at its all-time peak.
yeah, because the agriculture is being made unsustainable. And rural communities, mostly now European countries are paying you to settle in their rural areas.
Yes, they are.
In Italy, they'll give you 10,000 euros if you go and settle in some of their villages. Japan, there are villages now only one person is staying. There are scores of villages like that. Around the world, it's all urbanization.
Oh, yeah.
And urbanization is not a healthy sign, not a sign of progress. It's a lopsided. Urban infrastructure is actually not sustainable, cannot sustain this population pressure,
Okay. So we need to. So urbanization is one challenge that the government has to address.
Yeah, re-ruralization. That is what. But I don't know if re-ruralization is in their agenda or not.
No, we are talking to you who have written 54 books and you have an idea.
So this century requires. You see, point is, our honeymoon with Earth is over. Our policy makers should know that we are running out of resources for this mad race, unquenched thirst, unfulfilled hunger for resources. Resources can't supply. The earth has had enough now. So you got to redefine your progress, I would say that.
Okay.
If you got to imitate the Western model, you need not one planet. You need at least 12 planets now, where we don't have another planet to loot from. So our policy makers have to keep that in mind, that West had done that. And the Western economies, they were based on plunder.
Okay.
5 centuries of plunder. 6 centuries of plunder.
That's only for British
The Dutch, the Spaniards,
and Spain.
the
British.
French,
Hmm.
British,
Hmm.
they colonized.
But America
Portuguese
grew. But America
and
grew.
America has even today is colonizing through its corporations.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's real.
Colonials have went away,
Hmm.
and corporations came in.
Yeah, beautiful.
So corporations are still looting. Corporations are. Do you wear military industrial complex?
Yeah.
The America's military industrial is fueling the conflicts around the world.
Hmm.
So we have to, and why I say this, that there are two tracks: moral, ethical, and holistic track.
Yeah.
And there is amenities, economy, your material facilities track.
Hmm.
If you don't keep those two tracks, train on one track will derail.
Beautiful. I get
For
it.
example, I was just reading just before I thought I Google up,
Hmm.
in 2018, it's just there. I just typed the line. I'll tell you. Percentage of US population with STI,
STI. Okay.
sexually transmitted infections,
Yes.
or STDs.
Yeah. Got it.
The first hit came was in 2018.
Hmm.
20% US population caught STIs.
2018.
2018.
20%.
20% US population was infected with sexually transmitted diseases. It's there on Google by CDC, Detroit,
Okay.
Center for Disease Control, their official body.
That's a very huge number.
And
Hmm.
in their lifetime, more than 50% of US population gets infected with STI, one or more STIs. More than 50% of US population.
Well, the stats are right.
That's a Google up, Google CDC. You got to question. See, I have not seen that or experienced,
So
but
very
Center for Disease Control US says that.
huge.
I don't think any US government will try to demean themselves publicly by falsifying their diseases figures.
They're also inventing medicine for HIV, vaccination for HIV.
So I won't be surprised.
Contrary, they are also,
I won't be
trying.
surprised the way the society lives, survives there. I won't be surprised.
Okay.
The way kids behave,
So
Half
moral
of
because
America is born, conceived, not born, conceived on Saturday night, back seat of the cars, so I won't be surprised.
at least on alcohol.
Hmm.
May not be half. The
So at
figures
least
looks too
A fairly large percentage.
large percentage can happen. Yeah. Definitely moral fabric, because as a sannyasi, as a sadhu, you try to see the world through something called as moral fabric, which civilizational challenges, people don't see moral fabric as a big issue today. They may see fossil fuel extinction is an issue. They may see, multiple issues, right?
That is the problem. That is called Nashta Darsam. Kalo Nashta Darsam Esha Purana Ko Dhanodita. That means their vision is destroyed, lost. When you don't see a problem, this is the biggest problem. When your people are not people anymore, when you turn your population into two-legged animals,
Yeah, but what concerns me also is that I recently was seeing a person with one of the biggest posts in India, from a financial institution, telling that India has 35% malnutrition.
because you are allowing adulteration. You develop these policies of meat export. So then your dead cows fetches you more than a living cow. And your milk has 29 adulterants. 95% practically of India's milk is adulterated.
What percentage did you say?
95% milk actually has some in some form or another adulteration.
White poison it is.
Commercial dairy is white poison today.
Hmm.
So I would say that developed Bharat means where we can have good food, good health. Pehla sukh, you said the purpose of progress is
Happiness.
happiness.
Hmm.
Pehla sukh nirogi kaya.
Hmm.
First happiness is a healthy body.
And healthy mind.
And then in a healthy body lives a healthy mind.
Not the other way around?
No, first you need a healthy body.
Okay.
But also that's true, you should have a healthy mind to have a healthy body.
Hmm.
So both are, let's say, interdependent. But without health, what kind of India is leading today in terms of lifestyle diseases.
Definitely, yes. I recently met one of your acquaintances who is a cardiologist. He told us that India is 20 years ahead in
Yes.
heart diseases when compared to the West.
Yes.
Because they are seeing in and out heart patients, right? In a day he does some
right,
10,
right.
15
And
surgeries.
he's one of the good cardiologists
so
around. So he knows what is he talking
But why
about.
are we not trying to analyze what is the base level problem? Because malnutrition, female problems, today I see most, and we go on advertising, meat eating. So what? Where are we circumdone? What is why are we not addressing the core of an issue?
Because our vision is dazzled. We are enamored. We have been blinded by the glitter of West without realizing everything that glitters is not gold.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
That dazzle has blinded us. Oh, such a big high expressway. The cars, and the 10 flyovers overlapping each other. And hollow lives. Drug-fueled lives,
Yeah.
Isolation, people die and there is nobody to mental disorders. It's there on Google. 40% of a European population, they have mental disorders or the psychiatric issue. It's on the Google. I'll request our editors to insert slides here.
Okay.
And so that then America, such high incidents of why shootouts on an average day 2 to 3, 7 to 8.
But India, speak about India's Swamiji. India doesn't have so many mental disorders, right?
India has today because India things don't get diagnosed.
Okay.
Depression, school students depression, suicides. But India, where is this population wise the availability of psychiatrists is dismally low. So it is there, but definitely not compared to that kind of, because still there is some community life, family life
lives are
is left here. So when you are surrounded, with loving parents or family life, definitely you are taken care of, But those who are ghostly, in those countries, you don't know who is your neighbor,
Yeah.
And people die only if they are extracted dead bodies from the smell.
Yeah.
And the children and pets die in the homes,
Makes a lot of sense. So developing nation, we should definitely consider what all pitholes and loopholes the other nations had. But Swamiji, I am obsessed about good air, good water and good food. So today that has become a challenge for me. I don't get organic food. I have to pay extra price because I'll tell you something which anybody, an average Indian who goes through his blood routine done, I think it is in a civilized, little rich and above middle class people, they are aware of, mental health and medical insurances. They go through at least 6 months once or yearly once they go through their blood routines, and they are seeing a lot of nutritional, vitamin, mineral deficiencies in the body. So nutraceutical sale is all time high now. everybody I see, even in my office, I see people coming with some either vitamin B12, D, magnesium, zinc, or something, calcium. So, this is all because of the soil health again, right?
You see, I tell you what we need. If you want clean air,
Hmm.
if you want clean food,
Hmm.
clean water,
Hmm.
and a clean life,
Hmm.
the way forward is deindustrialization.
Hmm. Then economy
Because
will not grow, no?
economy, real economic growth comes from land and cattle.
Okay.
If you have land, if you have cattle,
Hmm.
you can be a very prosperous nation.
Hmm.
Girinka program, you see, in Rwanda. Rwanda was ravaged by genocide.
Yeah.
Millions died, were killed. Now that how it became, the leading nation of Africa again by Girinka program. They made it compulsory for every household to have a cow.
Yeah, I heard this, yes.
So what happens is, if you have got good food, nutritious food,
Hmm.
Gavya dhanvan dhanena dhanvan.
What does it mean?
The standard of prosperity earlier was how many cows you have got,
Hmm.
how much land and grains you have in your home,
Hmm.
how much land you own. What happens is, if you have a peaceful life, a very nice eating program, nutritious program, a peaceful life, your actually economic question is solved.
Hmm.
So we find when the British came to India,
Hmm.
India had no industry.
Yes.
Industry is a 100-year, practically, at least in India, it's a 100-year-old phenomenon,
Yes,
beginning with Tata Iron and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
But India was considered a golden bird,
Hmm.
a very rich nation, right?
Yeah.
That's why these colonials came here. They wouldn't go to a poor country.
Hmm. They wouldn't go to Somalia.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Somalia was ever colonized, at least for maybe slave trade, I don't know. Anyway, so India had so much of wealth.
Hmm.
Even today, I tell you, in one of our temples in Kerala, Trivandrum, Anant Padmanabh Swami,
Yeah.
the one chamber they opened, other three they didn't.
Yeah.
In one chamber, you cannot assess the value of that wealth.
Hmm.
The whole, those chambers are containing trillions worth of treasure.
Yes.
British taken away $45 trillion in those currencies. Today you have to multiply that figure
Hmm.
by at least 100 times. How much wealth they taken from this country.
Hmm.
So that was being generated from land actually.
Okay.
Ultimately your industry is also depend on land, on the resources, what land produces.
Yes.
So point is, industrialization actually does not benefit the masses.
Hmm.
Industrialization is a very short term approach. It benefits the capitalist
Hmm.
and it destroys the natural support systems of that area. It does not develop.
Agreed.
They will make the money and go and leave them unable to live off that area. Pollute the water table,
Yeah, definitely.
pollute the soils. So industrialization actually is a way of robbing nature, and it doesn't help anybody other than the capitalist.
Got it. Very nice. So you have addressed most of the challenges, from moral fabric to the soil health to the nutritional thing. So I wish some policymakers seeing this podcast will consider these points. What you nailed in this particular episode is, a developed nation is only to give happiness to that nation, right?
That is a standard of development.
Developed nation. So let us hope that we all live a more happier lives by 2047. in the agenda
happy and peaceful.
of happy and peaceful life in the agenda of 2047 Vikasit Bharat. Thank you so much for your beautiful spiritual insight. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.